So let's talk about your car.
Yeah, let's talk.
That you've engraved pretty much every little bit of metal, exposed metal parts.
Literally most things that you can see on this thing, I have tirelessly spent hours engraving. It's not even, I didn't do it for a flex. I did it because for me, creating, engraving, tattooing, graffiti is a way of breathing. So I love it.
So do you tattoo yourself?
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, anything and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. And then before this,
Yeah.
She was tattooing, or she was engraving a trophy for Ultras?
Yeah, for Speed Hunters.
Oh my God, okay.
So crazy, I know.
That is so cool.
I thought I was going to have a weekend off, but they asked me to deface something, and I'm always going to be there for defacing anything.
Awesome.
But yeah.
So then, what did this start life as? Was this your daily driver, or what was this?
Okay, so this was my second ever car. I bought it 8 years ago. I always wanted a gangster-looking car. Always been into lowrider culture ever since I found Esteban, about 14 years old, and I couldn't afford a lowrider. So this I bought for £600, completely standard. £600.
Wait,
I got
was
him
it
down
running?
For yeah, it was the most mint example of a 190, and the guy used to drive it on a Sunday, get his paper, buy an orange juice, he said, and then put it back in the garage.
And then now it's here in Poland.
He teared up as he sold me it. He teared up and he went, "You're gonna ruin this, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." But
I don't know. I wouldn't say this is ruined.
I wish
though.
I still had his contact. I
You
would love
gave
to be
it a
like,
second life.
Yeah, I did. It actually used to be my going out on graffiti missions vehicle. So we'd always be like 10 people up, a boot full of spray paint. It was always a little bit ratty. And then one day, my boyfriend now, the guy I'm madly in love with, slid in my DMs and was like, "Let's build something cool together." From there, this is a love story, basically. We just called each other every day like, "Hey, we could do something with this or this," and it just built from there.
So then what version is this technically?
What do you mean?
Like this is like version 2 or 3 of the build?
I brought it out in the UK car scene about 6 years ago, so that was version 1. That was just air and wheels. That was my introduction into the scene. And then I let it die a little bit. I sort of left the scene for a while, focused more on art, because I had to kind of choose.
Yeah.
So this is maybe version 3, so I brought it back out players 3 years ago when I just done the trims.
Yeah.
And you'll see here, everyone says I don't know if you're allowed this in your video, but
yeah.
Everyone says I have big energy, and my boyfriend said you won't write that on your car, so I did.
Really?
You have to have BDE, baby. It's the only way.
It's so funny, the BDE, it's such a beautiful script too.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so funny.
And you know, I engraved my brake discs this time, and I wish I'd have written like brake disc energy or something like
Wait
that.
a minute.
Know?
How does this stop?
Oh, it doesn't. No, I'm joking. It does.
Wait, you're serious?
I'm fully serious. I just thought it looked cute. I wanted it in there.
So then did you tow it here?
Yes, so most of the way, but I drove it quite a lot of the way too. It's just, it needs fine-tuning now, the engine, because we just put this M104 in it. It was on a base map for a long time, but I just want to do burnouts in it now.
Yeah, I love that. Let's just talk about let's talk about the car itself.
Sure.
So then, the stock motor, what happened to it? Did it blow up?
I blew up 2 stock motors just driving like a hood rat, and then I was like, I need something a little bit more bougie, and it's super loud, super aggressive, like so much power in one of these engines. It's out of a W124 Mercedes. This is the first time one's actually been converted to a manual, so we got a standalone ECU, and all the boys at 187 and myself just went to town. And in the tiniest garage you wouldn't believe. I mean, like a car and a half's width, 3 cars long, 4 or 5 of us, just pizza, happy vibes, and a vision and a plan. And my boyfriend is the master behind all the stance, and his boys help with a lot of stuff I've been learning. And then I kind of made it pretty, and I do a lot of the stuff to it now onwards, you know, like the paintwork, etc. I've been doing. And
wait, so then do you drive it with this?
Oh, I
hood?
will, yeah.
But you have one that's covered.
No, rules are meant to be broken.
I love that.
Rules don't exist unless you put them there.
It's a different look. I think it was something that was really popular and then it went away and now it's come back.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool. It's like a window into what is in the engine bay, but love the shaved look. Love that you guys really made it as clean as possible.
Yeah, and I think that the main thing that I love about it is the tubs in a 190 are actually odd sizes. So hours of tedious hammer and dolly work and filler work to make them symmetrical by all the boys and myself. I actually learned to weld in this engine bay. I welded up every hole.
You know, what's really interesting to me is seeing what you feel like needs to be engraved and what doesn't. Like,
shall I tell you why this happened? Is because I was like, do you know what? I know everything there is to know roughly about suspension work, out exterior, interior, but I don't know what there is to know about an engine. I could open the bonnet and go, guys, I don't really know, and I'll never lie. I'm not that girl. I won't pretend to know things I don't. So what better way than to take an entire engine apart, piece by piece. My good friend Paul, he's in his 60s. He's one of my best friends. He's a high polisher. So every day he'd sneak to the garage, take a piece of engine, polish it, and then we'd go. There's so many hidden tattoos on here too. I hid all my tattoos.
So then, I'm assuming you started engraving this even before it went into the car.
Yeah, I've got pictures of this before which I can give to you, and it was disgusting. It was absolutely gross. And now we literally spent tireless amounts of hours, maybe 800 hours to 1,000 hours.
I mean, what's crazy to me is underneath the intake
you know
manifold is engraved.
It's for me. That's why I would be so angry if I didn't do that. Yeah, I have my
all
tattoos.
The intake runners, the water line.
There's my face tattoo there, CS.
You're kidding.
My throat tattoo is actually on a piece that no one will ever see. I did it for myself.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, on the alternator bracket.
Yeah.
What else?
You might be able to just see here
the
too.
Exhaust manifold.
Yep.
Wait, so then, this is so beautiful that it's changed colors.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
I think that's so cool.
We wanted to, when we first started it up, we wanted to watch it change, but it took a little bit too long to do, you know?
So I don't know anything about engraving, but what's so crazy to me is the fact that the shiny part is the part that's untouched.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds so
So you have to like tattoo it in reverse.
Right.
So the background is what you have to build it from, rather than it being the foreground you build.
So then, steady hand, a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Creativity. But then, what happens if you do slip in?
So the guy that taught me to tattoo 10 years ago gave me the best bit of advice anyone has ever given me in my entire life. He said, Misha, a true artist isn't somebody that can smash out a good tattoo in one. It's somebody that could have a flaw and make it look like it was meant to be there. So every time you mess up, you learn, you know, and I think that it's good to mess up because then you learn from your mistakes and you learn to hide it more.
And this is great because this is like tattooing a human body because it is permanent. Like it's not like you can undo the metal.
Every time my heart was going like, because I'm like, I've only got one of these parts.
Right.
You know, and like in the insides, I did it to so many parts that I can't really find again. Like my internal door handles say like, get money, more problems, and all sorts.
You know what I really like about this build?
Yep.
About what you've done? You know where to hold back.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So like there's certain
my
things
other half.
like this is not. You left it, the grill is untouched.
Oh, totally.
And there's so many little pieces that are untouched.
Yeah, like the edge of the I wanted to leave that untouched at the top, so it kind of matched in with the front of the grill.
You went out of your way. I mean, like, how many hours does it take just to do this one piece?
I mean,
for
that's
the windshield?
probably 3-4 hours.
Alone.
3-4 I mean,
hours.
these take the longest. You know, engraving glass is so hard.
Wait, this is engraved?
Yeah,
I thought
touch
this
it.
was...
You can feel it. That's engraved. That's not a sticker.
I thought
that's
this was
in
a
there.
decal.
I did my rear window too, by the sides of my windows. Yeah, that's all engraved.
You are out of control. That is so neat. I really love that.
Thank you.
And I really love the consistency too of the texture.
And when the lights are on, it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it like glows, super nice.
That is so cool. Okay, so then the wheels you did, how many hours do you think it takes to do one wheel?
Each wheel was about a day and a half of solidly grafting. I only decided to do these just a week before the show. So then I called my parts supplier and I said, I need 4 brake discs. And he was like, I think they're fresh already, aren't they? I was like, just get me 4, damn it.
So then, do you draw onto it with pen?
Sometimes, but I find it easier to just go because all my freehand tattooing, this for me is the same. I find it easier to just get it out of my head. More of a contour artist, so I like to follow a shape, you know?
That is
so like,
insane.
this is the shape and this feeds through. That's what I like to.
Because the easy way to do it, or easier, would be with a stencil.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
My headliner was the scariest thing I did. I hand painted it and it doesn't come out.
Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, that was 2 days before I revealed the car.
There's so much more inside.
Yeah, there is,
You hand painted that?
Yeah, and it doesn't come out of the car. And
wait, so then
they told me not to. We did a whole interior, okay? A whole interior. Paid loads of money, spent hours of tireless craziness to get this looking beautiful, and then this was grey. And I said no. I had tattoo ink on my hand, I just finished work, and I went like this. And then I was like, it's too late.
Did you Did you have to be like a contortionist or something? Or did you have to take the seats out to lay upside down
Dude,
for however
I had to
many
take
hours?
the entire interior out. We just put it in. So we just fitted it and gone, that looks beautiful. And I was like, nah, no deal.
It's funny to me because it's something that you can only see, obviously, when you're inside and when you look up. But you spent so much time and effort on this design. So how many hours do you think it took for you to do that?
Oh God, the headliner I did in an entire day non-stop. It was one of the hottest days of the year and I regretted it ever since.
So what's interesting to me is this build as a car, you know, compared to a lot of these builds here at Ultrace, it may not be as crazy mechanically. But just the thought and the effort and the amount of hours, like one every little bit.
Every dot is painstaking. And my wrists, I couldn't tattoo for 2 months after I'd finished my engine because you get white finger, you know, that's pressure straight in, and I just like, no, I need to do it. When I get into something and I'm passionate, you can't stop me. I'm going, you know, so.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the other pieces.
Yeah, this is engraved.
Engraved?
Yeah.
Like, how hard would it be to find a new old stock or used piece of glass, right?
Pretty tricky.
Yeah.
You have to buy a whole new car, really.
How do you know how much pressure to apply before breaking this glass? Because this is a safety glass.
This car is the first thing I've ever engraved. So this is my trial run, and I've just bought a new thing that I'm going to do the real deal on. So I've gone to town on just practicing. These were the first thing I did.
I love that.
Yeah, they were the first thing, and then it was these.
So are you able to kind of see the evolution of your style?
Yeah, see for me, you see this here, this section here, this was the first bit I did.
Right.
So here it's tiny little squiggles, it doesn't quite make sense. Too much background.
Got it.
But then you see up here, it flows real nice.
Nice.
It's symmetrical.
You let some of this flow through. So then, did you have to get new trim for this?
No, so it actually came with the champagne trims. So I was so happy, but I bought a selection of champagne trims now from other ones. Me and my other half, we have like 15 of these, like Mercs. We've got a big Merc garage, so we just buy them, swap them, send them back out.
Amazing. So rear wheel's done too.
Yeah, look at this.
What's that?
So it says more money, more problems.
The door handles.
Yeah, and the rear ones say get money.
I really love, like, for example, this.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, you're following
It's all about contour, totally.
The curve.
It's the same you do with a wide body kit and stuff, you know? You want to follow the shapes of the car and accentuate them. That's what I love doing.
That is so neat. I love that. So it is right-hand drive, so it is a UK delivery car, I'm assuming.
Fully UK.
Love the steering wheel.
Thank you.
Is this 3D printed?
Yeah, so 187 is our car garage, mine and my other halves. We're like Mercedes specialists in the UK, so we love it. Oh, and the knuckle duster too, that's detachable.
Which one?
The knuckle duster gear stick. I used to be a bit of a naughty girl, so I needed it on the go, you know?
I love that. You have a little bit of your past life in here.
Oh, a little bit, that's why you need the Bible, you know?
Right, that one is
I
engraved
forgot
also.
a main touch.
It's so
I did
good.
my favorite Nas lyrics, so the wing mirrors say they shoot and made you look. And I realized these were Ali, so I engraved those in it. I love how you can see it in the reflection.
That is so cool. And then you did the interior here.
Yeah, and you know if the door is shut and the light hits it, it says made you look down the side of the car.
So really, and it does it backwards, or?
It does it backwards, but you can, so if I do this light, if it gets right, it goes like made you look down the side of the car.
That is so
Dude,
neat.
I love it. There's
the
so
little
much
touches.
opportunity for this.
It's the little touches, and I really do appreciate you holding back. Because it's too easy to overdo it.
Oh, the amount of times I've drawn on this car, like before I came out, I drew a whole thing on my rear window, and then I went, no, stop.
Keeps it cleaner.
Boom.
Because if you look at it from the rear, honestly, if you look at it from maybe 10 feet, 15 feet away, you can't really tell there's something crazy going on with the car.
But that's what I love. I love that it almost looks like a gift wrapped present with all the little pretty stuff on it, you know?
I love that. So we're I love breaking it down piece by piece. So then...
Okay, so the hex blend is one of my favorite modifications on the whole car.
Yep.
So this was a present from my other half. They're super rare to get a hold of, but I just never liked the rear number plate. And I feel like it looks like red velvet cake from the back. White, red, white, red.
What is that from?
It's a 190. It's a standard part, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a genuine part from
the
Mercedes.
number plate then?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You just run
again, we don't worry about rules.
I love that. So is it on air?
Yeah, it's on airlift suspension.
Okay.
It's running airlift and I love it. It's on E36 front coilovers too to get it super low.
E36.
E36 front coilovers, yeah.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, this one's a little bit stiff.
So interior, the leather is
yeah, that's
really
a Cosworth
clean.
Interior.
All redone, very clean. I love white cars with red interior, very classy.
Yeah, I had to buy a Cosworth and then scrap it for the interior.
Just for the material, or
for the so this is a Cosworth interior. These seats.
Got it. Just for the structure.
Just yeah, because I just like the way they look in a car.
Right. Oh, I thought you were kidding about the Bible.
Oh, never.
You actually have a Bible.
Yeah, you know. You gotta repent now and then, you know.
That is so. What a car! I love the story behind this. I love this so much. Thank you so much for walking us around it.
Anytime.
Incredible. So then you are a Monster Energy ambassador also.
Totally.
For the UK?
Yeah, EMEA, so mainly Europe and England, but I also travel a lot to America with some other companies, like I do a lot of work with Hoonigan and some other companies too, so it's just nice to be back to cars. I've missed it. The last 2 years have been hectic, you know, so to have my baby back out and to get one of the top 16,
so then that means this being your practice car for your next build. Your next build is probably going to be even more wild.
Yes, big time. Stay tuned.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to feature it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so cool to see this at Ultra
Thank you.
Incredible
I appreciate
car.
the love.
Love it. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying our Ultra Race coverage here in Poland. Definitely wanted to give a big thank you to our friends from Pennzoil and Yokohama Tire. So Pennzoil has been a long-term supporter for us. They are so into us creating content all around the world, spreading the love of car culture. And right now they have this campaign called Long May We Drive. And as you guys know, we drove a lot. And especially this trip because we did such a long road trip. And we're not done with it yet. We have so much more driving to do. So yeah, long may we drive in so many ways. For you guys to keep driving, to keep your cars on the road, running Pennzoil, keeping your engines safe, but also definitely a big shout out to Yokohama Tire. They are such a big supporter of ours too for so many years. Way before I even started doing YouTube, I've always been running their tires in time attack, autocross. Now I'm using their tires for wheel-to-wheel racing, and then we're using AO52s on my E36. So at least I don't have to worry about the engine blowing or losing traction on track. Everything else is a little questionable on that car. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.